Today's podcast is brought to you by Audible.com. Get a free audiobook download at audiblepodcast.com/Sorgatron Media. Over 75,000 titles to choose from for your iPod, iPhone, or MP3 player. What's up, guys? Sorg here in the editing bay, post-show here. Of course, like we mentioned, we're about to mention, we started on some new software, this Wirecast. And it's not going to be without its faults. We're still trying to iron them over. Looks like any time our guests for this evening, Mayhem Missie and David Dimera, are on camera, whatever happened with the devices, we doubled up their audio. So you're going to see a little bit of echo whenever we change the shots to them. I apologize for any inconvenience that this may have to your listening enjoyment of this episode. But please, I hope you guys still enjoy our discussion with Dave, with Missy, and with Tyler Stone that calls in during the first portion of the show. And enjoy.
Wrestling Mayhem
Show.com.
It's the best day of the week. Today is the day that you have chosen to listen to the Wrestling Mayhem Show. This is DJLunchbox, putting it the fuck down for you. Let's fucking do this. Monday night, you know it must be raw. Leaders being a whore and not wearing a bra. Seen his damn belt still spinning around his waist. I can shit better rhymes on what comes out of his face. Tuesday night and it's EC Dub. Michael Q Knoxville join the club. If you're sick of the shit, scream out boo boo. This ain't EC Dub and we can tell that too. Wednesday night, ROH on DVD, the best wrestling on the planet to the nth degree. Joe Damon's Delirious, Daniel City, Kimikaze, Homicide, the Rottweilers, and Kenta Kobashi. Thursday night, TNA on Spike. Bruce's spoken, so that means
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Wrestling Mayhem Show 247. Oh, it's an odd number. How about that? We are back. Thank you guys for joining us. We hope you've enjoyed your Turkey Day. And we have guests in the studio rumbling over there. And we have other guests rumbling all across the country. As usual, joining us from straight out of Texas, WrestleFan. How you doing?
I am doing splendiferous tonight with the Christmas season on the loom. And even better, since it is Tuesday and it is time for the Wrestling Mayhem Show.
Excellent. And then straight out of the Bronx, New York, in vogue, Dashing Mad Mike.
Boom.
Got it right, Sorg. Is Dashing Mad Mike here once again to fill your video feed full of this awesome splendor because I got my new fucking haircut.
Fantastic. And straight from the other side of Pittsburgh is DJLunchbox. How you doing tonight, sir?
What's up, everybody?
I'm glad to see you're
full of turkey.
Full of turkey. I'm glad to see that you're back in your den and not on the phone. That doesn't work.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of that myself. I was making a visit to the good old parents' place, and here I am back in my Arctic location, happy and pantsless.
Excellent. Also not wearing pants on the couch are, well, there's Mayhem Missy. I know that one. How you doing?
Good. It's good to be here.
And to the left, no, wait, he's supposed to be dead. That's not Doc Reme. That's a David Dimera.
Also known as Yingling's new spokesperson.
You just downed that. I gave that to you like 5 minutes ago.
He didn't even share.
Because Yingling is an inspirational logger. And inspiration is what I use on a daily basis. And when I want to be inspired, I don't turn to my muses. I turn to Yingling. Cold, frost-brewed Yingling. Let's have
Wrestling
a lager,
Mayhem Show.
America.
Wrestling Mayhem Show, sponsored by Yingling.
You know, inspirational logger is what they call
Like
it.
when I'm pissed off.
That's what you look at when you get angry?
I can tell he's pissed off,
I'm
yeah.
getting pissed off at WrestleFan for interrupting me during my Yingling commercial. And I look at the microphone like the microphone is WrestleFan, and that is what communicates to me.
We could put
It's
a
as tall as
picture
me.
of WrestleFan on the front of
No,
it.
because then they couldn't hear us.
Well, behind it. We could prop it up behind
Yeah,
it.
I need a little picture of WrestleFan here. So I can
We need everyone. We need everyone.
Yeah, like,
I can't even see
here's
Sorg anymore.
Lunchbox,
So.
like here's Lunchbox, here's WrestleFan, here's Mad Mike, here's Sorg. Because I want Sorg.
Aren't we all? We should be on the.
I want
There's-
Sorg close to me.
What's
Sorg can be in the
Oh,
Hi-yo.
Okay.
Wow, first you moved from Doc Reme to David Dimera, and now you want Sorg. What is up, Missy? Seriously.
But boom! I am on the Mayhem Show. This is the Mayhem Show. I'm going to use this to point with for the rest of the show.
Perfect.
I thought he was about to say tough acted to acted.
/ backhand
Boom.
people.
Yeah, boom. Tough
You
acting
know,
and acting. I'm
It's
also
a good thing we're a
spokesperson
video
for them.
podcast now, because if you said I'm going to use this to point with things, people would have thought that was a whole different angle.
Most likely. But the only proper angle is a downward one. But yes, today's date, it is December. No, not yet. November 30th. Why is everybody interrupting me?
Horses.
I am correcting myself in my rants. I'm a professional with these. I've done them before. I'm done. Sorg, take over.
All right, about to set this back on track. If you guys notice a little bit different, like, hey, the logo's over in that corner. We're working with some new software, Wirecast. We've switched off the old Boinks TV. We're trying some new stuff, and I need to build out the graphics right here. So imagine awesome stuff here. You can check us out if you stumble upon us over at WrestlingMayhemShow.com. Follow us on Twitters at Mayhem Show. You can send your emails and complaints and frustrations to
Good times.
at WrestlingMayhemShow.com. I've missed that.
Too.
I've missed somebody actually being in not toned down. Yeah, see, this is what I had to do. See the boxes back there.
I want to let you know, sir, that wasn't a delay. I was giving Missy her moment.
Thank you. I appreciate
Good.
that, and I
It's
think
about
she
right.
does.
About time. It's right at something.
Well, last
It's
time
time.
Combine those words somehow.
you fucked it up, Missy.
No.
Yeah.
Everything I was
listened to
perfectly
the last.
right.
I listened to the last episode you were on. Woman, do not correct me.
Why do you think I'm with David Dimera? We are perfect in every way.
Oh, I don't know about that. You're both blonde.
We'll get to that in a moment, but you can also send us voicemails at 412-206-WMS0. Please go check out WMS Gold on the iTunes store, where there's some future versions coming out for your iPad, but of course that'll work. And we did apply for the
Hey,
beta.
Sorg.
Yes.
Sorg.
Beta.
Guess what?
What?
I use the app.
Use the
The
app.
app.
You got an iPhone now, or is it touch?
The app is not there. The app's not there.
There's a touch. I have the app.
Yes.
It's still not there.
There.
I
There's
understand.
the
you.
app.
There it is. There it is.
I have the app. Although I don't have Wi-Fi in my apartment, so the app doesn't work in my apartment. But I was out at FAO Schwartz listening to WMS.
Mayhem on the go.
There you go. Wrestling Mayhem Show has been on FAL Sports Wi-Fi servers. So those are the many ways you can find the Mayhem. And of course, check out all the rest of the shows and friends of the show over at sorgatronmedia.com, where you can get info on this and everything else. And stuff. So let's get right into the fan mail,
Before
guys.
we get into the fan mail,
What?
can you cut to a shot of David, who is pointing to the logo? He's been pointing for the past 5 minutes, I think, trying to wait for his... No, that one won't work. Yeah, use that one.
Or was it say?
There's
I thought he
the
was pointing
logo.
to a stay on the couch.
There it is.
All right.
Wonderful. Perfect. Thank you. Now they can all see it.
He knows where he's
I
at.
thought he was just pointing at his leg.
What are you doing?
Stop that.
Whoa.
Not now.
Were you skeeting on the logo?
It does look like you were skating directly onto the logo.
Skeet, wrestling damn show. Skeet.
It's like he's
Superman,
tossing
that
it,
logo.
though.
My seaman made the logo.
It's the way
Oh shit!
that's
I
what
wish I had video for this.
Wait, that logo is red. I think there's something wrong.
What? There's blood in my semen. It happens.
You get to see this show is still totally inappropriate.
Missy, are you reconsidering now?
I'm gonna go home now.
All right.
Fan mail.
Let's get into the fan mail.
The email.
The emails, yes. We got one from, he's right in the chat room. At least he was. There he is. He's singing Take Me On. The Riz. WMS last night. What? What? You want this one?
He was gonna do it, and he did
Go for it.
And then,
Go for it. I enjoy your email reading.
Oh, thank you. WMS! Last night, I was watching the latest installment of The King of the Ring and decided to do some research. Now, I am in school, but it wasn't school research. I found myself looking up King of the Ring on Wikipedia, so here are 5 interesting facts I found on Wikipedia, the leading source of all things accurate. Number 5. Even though The King of the Ring started in 1985 with Don Morocco winning the crown, it was not until 1993 with Bret Hart winning it for the second time. Number 4. King of Wrestling Harley Race was the very first King of the Ring winner to take the moniker of King. Number 3. Until the 2002 King of the Ring, there was no title shot earned while winning the King of the Ring, even though Owen Hart, Mabel, Kurt Angle, and Brock Lesnar. Number 2. The 1991, 1993, and 1994 King of the Ring were all won by a Hart, Bret, and Owen. However, Owen is the more memorable King of the two because of his moniker, King of Hearts. Number 1. Providence, Rhode Island leads all other venues in holding the King of the Ring. Randy Savage, Ted DiBiase, Peter Santana, Bret Hart, and Hunter Hearst Helmsley all won in Providence. Why they picked Rhode Island is beyond me. Until next time, not calling you Shirley. There is.
Hey, I think it's a perfect time to recognize the passing of Leslie Nielsen, who was instrumental in solving the mystery of The Undertaker.
Sorg.
Yes.
That's true.
I'd also like to recognize another passing, who I think has gone very unnoticed this week. This man saved the Queen of England once. Enrico Palazzo. My God, he was a baseball umpire. He sang the national anthem, sorta, and he saved the Queen of England at a Dodger game. He will be missed.
The director of Empire Strikes Back also died.
Does no one get
That's true.
that?
Also very sad.
Not really.
No. Naked Gun? Anyone?
I am 5.
I'm well aware, and WrestleFans 5, so we can't expect him to remember any of this. He was a fetus.
That's true.
He was a fetus.
Damn it.
I was only a thought.
You were the what?
You're a fetus
Yeah.
now.
Oh,
It takes a while.
WrestleFan is as old as the Mayhem Show.
I disposed of a fetus over the
It's
weekend.
true. Whoa.
Ooh.
Wow.
What did they teach you at Wrestling School? Okay.
Well, I mean, to be fair, Snitsky did it too, even though it wasn't his fault.
Jeez. Okay. Is there any other fan mails here before we get into the voicemails?
No.
Let me double check. I didn't see any.
Okay.
I believe that was the only fan mail.
Our fans are too sleeping from turkey.
Yeah, too much Trimpo fan for people to hit the emails.
Tryptophan.
Tryptophan. Thank you, our teacher, for letting us know.
No problem.
No problem. All right, guys. We have a little bit now. Mad Mike, in lieu of playing this voicemail, can you explain what your little bet was there for the King of the Ring?
Yes. As I explained last week in my email, Prince Magus and I, we decided that we would have a gentleman's agreement of sorts on who would win the King of the Ring. Now, I, of course, being the insanely intelligent person I am, picked Sheamus, and him being the, well, kind of weird-looking moron he is, picked Alberto Del Rio, because, you know, he kind of thinks he looks like Alberto Del Rio, so that's why he picked Alberto Del Rio. We decided to make a bet. And at first he wanted to do facial hair because I mock him endlessly at work for his beard. And I said that because I may be going on interviews, I don't want to grow a beard because that would probably hinder me from getting employment. So we decided that whoever won the bet would have to write something for the other person to say on the air of the Wrestling Mayhem Show. And as you saw last night, I, of course, won the bet because all hail the Celtic King, fella. So, I will be writing something for Prince Magus to read about me next week. Not sure what I'm going to write yet, but I can guarantee it's going to be pretty hilarious.
And we do have the voicemails for a double check on that.
I have an idea for a much better bet that you could have much better stipulation. You said he has a beard, correct?
Yes.
You should have made him shave his beard off and then shave his pubes and glue them to his face to act as his beard.
You're
That would
assuming
work.
he has pubes.
This is also true. If he does not have pubes, then you resort to chest hair or any other bodily hair that he may have to replace it. Or, in fact, in other words, another way
Bodily
to make
hair.
it better is to shave your own pubes and make him glue them to his face.
Sir, I don't bring a razor near my junk. Sorry. Nothing sharp goes near there. That's no bueno.
All right, guys, let's get into.
I get nervous.
Oh.
I get nervous. You can't afford any kind of nips there. I mean, that's just horrible.
All right, we do have a little bit of other voicemail from our good friend Big Freaky.
Good friends.
But apparently, well, before this, and I don't know if he mentions in this, he was real big on the fact that we were very, very kayfabed about the Los Dagos situation and the Gambinos last week.
What do you mean, Sorg? Los Dagos lost their contract with IWC and went back to Mexico.
Exactly,
I don't know
and
what you're talking
David Dimera killed Doc Remedy. That's how it runs on this show.
I watched the
And
Dagos
I will come
leave
down
out
to
the back
Pittsburgh
door
in
myself.
January and kill David Dimera.
Now, were they very sad or?
Yes, they wept tears of tequila as they walked out the back door.
There you go. There's proof right there.
Muy triste.
What?
I don't know. She's speaking in other
Tuesday.
tongues.
No, that's
Or
correct
Or
and
Tuesday?
accurate.
Yes, it is Tuesday. I don't know what.
Triste, senor.
She wants a Trisket?
It sounds like you're starting to say a word and then
It
not
means-
finishing it.
It means very sad.
Triste.
Los Dagos were very sad.
Oh.
It still sounds
Los
like you're. Are you
Los
saying
Dagos son muy triste.
Trisket? Are you taking me to a Trisket dinner?
Yeah, after the show.
Trisket dinner? Those are the best kind.
Triscuits for everyone.
Hey!
What are we talking about?
I have no
Fans, if you-
idea. Here's
Fans,
the,
if you want to
Sorry,
get your free
play a
Trisket,
voicemail.
email at WrestlingMayhemShow.com. We will
Play-
send you free
Play a
Trisket.
voicemail.
why are we sending Triscuits? We did
Play-
not sign off on free Triscuits.
Play a voicemail.
We're playing a
Wrestling-
voicemail.
Do it.
Wrestling Mayhem Show, sponsored by
off.
Yingling and
Cut him
Trisket.
off. What did Big Freaky say?
Hey, Sorg.
Hi.
It's all know who it is.
Okay.
Lunchbox
Yes.
trembles in anticipation at my voice.
He don't look at
Are
him.
your loins?
Okay, I'll start
true,
with you,
it's true.
Lunchbox. When you the other episode, when you said when I was referring to Jimmy DeMarco's interview, you said nobody knows what you're talking about. What are you talking about? If you wouldn't have interrupted me, you would have specifically heard me say MMA. I was talking about when Jimmy was referring to people going into MMA instead of indie wrestling because now MMA is the hot thing. 10 years ago it was indie wrestling. And the point I was trying to make was that, it's right now it's just so easy to be an indie wrestler. You don't even have to pay to be trained.
That's a lie. That's a
You
bull.
don't even have to have
Some people
gear.
don't.
You don't even have to be athletic. And I can show you evidence of a dozen promotions of that.
I agree.
That doesn't mean they're
But
good.
in order to be an MMA fighter, in competition at least, if you don't train, you're going to get seriously hurt.
Yeah, whoa! I think that destroys his argument right there. Because if you don't train to be a wrestler or train well to be a wrestler, you're gonna get seriously hurt or just plain
Sorg,
suck
Sorg.
at it.
Sorg, it really depends on what he means by be an indie wrestler.
Yeah.
I can come into a ring and work a match, quote unquote.
And
I kill myself because
and
I don't know what the fuck
jump
I'm
off of
doing.
things
But
and-
technically, that makes me an indie wrestler.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like I can drive a car with my feet if I want to, but I'll probably crash into a tree.
And it kind of depends on where you are, because depending on what your athletic commissions are like, it's even easier to crawl into a ring or crawl into a cage or something. You know, I think I see what he's trying to get at. He's thinking that, you know, that it takes more training to actually go into MMA and not get creamed. You know, thinking you're not going to get creamed being a wrestler if you don't do it right. I think there's enough they can attest that that's not the truth. You know, that's not the case. And as far as these promotions that anybody can walk into, yeah, and they suck. And there's also you know, underground fight clubs that are just people punching each other and have absolutely no skill.
Kimbo Slice, ladies and gentlemen.
Kimbo Slice.
That's true.
There you go. Kimbo Slice is your you know,
Golden God. That's what he is.
God.
He's your golden God.
I was gonna say backyard indie wrestler of MMA, but you know.
That too.
There you go. Let me see if he had a little bit more on here.
He is a wonderful hobo rape thicket.
I've heard stories about that one guy that'll come in and try to be an MMA fighter and try to do everything he can when it comes time to compete to protect his ass. And those guys get beaten badly.
And indie wrestlers fall on the back of their head and get a concussion because they don't know how to fucking do it.
Or worse.
You know, and if you want, next week I'll give you a half a dozen examples of that if you like.
I don't know about that many, but...
And Russell fans probably say, you know, you're the one who's always saying support indie wrestling. What are you doing trashing indie wrestling? It's not that I say...
that way.
Yeah. Let me,
He does not sound like that.
I don't know. Big Freaky, you know, seems that we... I don't know where he thinks we're going. I don't know, you know, if he's got some preconceived notions. We like to support indie wrestling. We like to support good indie wrestling. That's why there are certain specific promotions we do not mention on here. If they do not support, like, as actually good promotions that we don't talk about rarely on this show because they don't have anywhere for you guys to easily find them that doesn't make them look like crap.
Right.
And then there's these other ones that we just don't like and don't feel worth telling you people. Wrestle fans not going to find DVDs in Texas from them because they're not worth more than the small town that they run it. You know, to them they're great. That's fine. You know, that's their niche. But you guys aren't the audience, and we don't want to bring it to you. So as far as that goes, I feel like we're having the same discussion with him every week.
That's true. Also, to be fair, I mean, we're going to go after and watch wrestling that we want to watch and things that interest us. You know what I mean? If it happens to be IWC, then it happens to be IWC. If it happens to be something else, it's something else. You know, we're talking about wrestling we like, not wrestling that we're constantly in search for.
And I know he's kind of gotten on us for talking so much IWC, but you know, look at how much we have two guys here from the Bronx in Texas that last I knew, you guys don't have anything even close. I know up in Poughkeepsie you got a pretty cool promotion there, Mike, and you do talk about them on the air.
Well, yeah, I was actually gonna mention it in the Indie Minute because they have a show in January that I'm gonna go to.
Yeah. I have, from where I'm at, I have pretty much zero indie wrestling. To if I wanted to go to an indie show, it would definitely be a pretty big trek. But I mean, and I agree. That's the reason why I mentioned companies like Ring of Honor and Chikara and stuff like that, because they're more mainstream.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there are feds around here that I can go to. I mean, at work, I know pretty much everyone I work with is either involved in some indie fed around the area. Like, I know a couple different refs, a couple workers. They go to a lot of shows, but to be honest, that shit costs a lot of money, and I just can't afford to go to shows. I would love to go to shows, because, I mean, you got Jersey All Pro. You got Evolve, that's around here all the time. Dragon Gate USA is coming up to New York City soon. But I honestly, clearly do not have the money to go to the shows, so I don't really want to report on them because I don't know much about the feds.
Yeah, and even for us, I mean, it's not like it's right around the corner as far as wrestling here. The closest good wrestling is 45 minutes away from Central Pittsburgh. So and I never understood why wrestling doesn't run in the city, but I don't know.
Sorry, I think it's because it's a lot harder to get a cheap venue.
Okay, yeah. I know. Once in a while, there's not much in New York City even. I know Chikara's run shows up in Brooklyn.
the surrounding areas, there's plenty.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
You go to Queens,
Yeah.
Northern Jersey,
Yeah.
Brooklyn, but within the city, it's very few and far between to find an actual wrestling show. I think the only one I know of that's coming up is, I want to say, Dragon Gate USA is running out of BB King's in Times Square.
Yeah.
Either it's Dragon Gate USA or Evolve.
And Ring of Honor, of course, runs the Manhattan Center, like they always have. But
yeah,
that's kind
but
of a
I mean,
staple.
they only do maybe 3-4 shows a year there.
Yeah, which
Because they go all over the place.
Tremendous. I'd love to be able to go to an ROH show once a quarter. I mean, they came last year before, and I don't think they're coming back. But yeah, it's one of those. I think that they could run a good place in central Pittsburgh or something too. But who knows? I know they got a lot of other stuff going on. So like we mentioned, Dave Dimera has joined us here, right there on the couch, looking off into space. Hi, how you doing? Of course, at some point he killed Doc Reme, and all that thumbs up is doing nothing for the audio listeners.
I heard you killed him with a screwdriver. Is that true? David Dimera, is that true?
That is false.
Okay.
It's false. False.
That is false.
That destroys my follow-up question as to whether it was Phillips Blackhead.
Are you
Son of a
sure
bitch.
it wasn't this screwdriver?
I killed him, ironically, with a lunchbox.
Oh.
Hey!
Oh! Wow!
Was it metal? Was it Empire Strikes Back?
Yes, and yes.
In homage to the director that died this week.
And right
Excellent.
after, I only felt right after I bludgeoned him with the metal Empire Strikes Back lunchbox. I then severed his hand, put it in the lunchbox, and went about my merry way.
Went about his merry way. What is that music?
I like it.
Nothing?
Play it some
It's
more.
nothing. It's all right.
Okay.
Play it some more. I like it.
Well, previously on the show, of course, we had a fellow that looked remarkably like you called Doc Reme that went away to a wrestling school.
Really?
I don't remember the name of it because I think they've changed it since.
Was it by chance the Iron City Wrestling Academy?
That sounds about right, sir. That sounds about right. And I understand.
I heard of him.
I understand you may have attended such same school.
I did. I came through there
about a year and a half ago. So I really wanted to ask about, we're talking to you. This is the first time we've had somebody fresh off of a match, their first major match with IWC. Now, can you tell us a little bit about the experience? I mean, we kind of talked. I don't know if we talked much on air about it, about you going in there, but what were your expectations and what did it end up being like?
Completely honest, I was nervous as hell.
Yeah.
It's a big stage. It's a big honor to be able to wrestle for IWC International Wrestling Cartel. I don't know. I was standing in the back, getting warmed up, doing all my stretching, and just going over all the different ways that I was going to beat down my opponent, Tyler Stone. And just nervous. I mean, I think everybody in that situation would be nervous. It was the first big time in front of the big crowd there in Elizabeth. My opponent was the hometown boy, so I knew that it wasn't going to be easy to win the favor of anybody. And I really didn't worry about it either. But yeah, it was right as my music began to hit. Super nervous. As soon as my music started to play, I got this really cool intro at the beginning of my music that most people would like. But as soon as my music hit and I walked through the curtain, it all washed away.
Mm-hmm.
I was in the zone. It was where I wanted to be. It was where I spent a year and a half training and struggling my way up, getting to where I wanted to be so I could make my debut with those guys. And I went out there, I tried to put on one hell of a show. I lost. It was unfortunate. I took a tiger driver onto the top of my head. That Tyler Stone is a crafty individual.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I went on. I gave it about 110% and tried to just put on a good show and entertain the fans. Hopefully, those that were in attendance were thoroughly enjoyed my match. I guarantee, let the criticisms come in. It was my first match.
Your first major one-on-one match on, I think, in front of that many people, right?
Yeah, I mean, that was my first real match under that type of pressure situation. Just everything. So let the criticism roll in. I know I've watched it a few times, and I already have my own criticisms
But you're
of
gonna,
it.
You're gonna have that at this stage.
Everybody's their own worst critic.
You have like so much ahead of you to improve on. You know?
Yes. And one of my things that I definitely, and it's funny that you brought it up about Big Freaky talking about guys who are not as athletic or look like the wrestlers, and I have very much room for improvement. So I'll be definitely working on that as much as I possibly can. And looking forward now. Looking on to bigger and better things in IWC.
Now, let's say you've been through this school. You might say who your trainers were?
In fact, I was here while one of my trainers were here. That was Marshall Gambino. I went through. I signed up. I was the part of the inaugural class in the Iron City Wrestling Academy with my trainers, Super Hentai and Marshall Gambino, and I guess you'd call him assistant trainer, Chest Flexor. Between the three of them, I've also, in the later parts of my training, like those guys kind of were a big part of the beginning of my training, and the majority of it, and then in the latter part of my training, I had a lot of help from Justin Idol to help kind of polish things and round them off and whatnot. But all in all, I mean, a bunch of guys have come through, so I've learned a lot. Definitely a good crowd of people coming in and out of the school, learning all sorts of different things, and just all around a really good experience. I really enjoyed it. I recommend it to anybody looking to train. I mean, this is, you say, shameless plug, or really, but definitely a very good environment to train in. Everybody knows what they're doing. Very knowledgeable. Again, back kind of a throwback to earlier in the show about the Big Freaky thing. He has a very valid point when talking about that you can go out there and find places to get trained for quote-unquote free, and that's just what it is. You're actually quote-unquote getting trained. I mean, it's, if you want to get trained and get trained right, go to somewhere that's produced a good bit of talent and is reputable for a number of things. That was one of the things that attracted me to the Iron City Wrestling Academy, was the fact that Super Hentai was a trainer. And I mean, you can look back at lists of people who graduated who Super Hentai had a part in.
A lot of guests on this show.
Very much a lot of guests. You're looking at the Shima Zions, the Jimmy DeMarcos, the Jason Gorey, all those guys. Super Hentai had a hand in training. So I can only hope that I get to be half as good as those guys.
Excellent. We're actually we're going to bring on your opponent, Tyler Stone, here in a minute.
What?
Oh.
What the hell are you doing to me,
Well,
Sorg?
again, I didn't mean to spring this on you, but you said you lost. I think it's a really good case of let's take a look at the other guy. Oh, that's the wrong one there.
We don't need to take a look at the other guy.
Well, I mean, you did leave him with a black eye there.
I did leave him with a black eye. He deserved it. He beat me. He embarrassed me in front of the crowd of people at Elizabeth. Do you think I liked being embarrassed, Sorg? Do you think I wanted to come out in my debut match and lose? Lose to a guy?
And obviously you were obviously you were stalking him after the match.
Who loses their debut match? I mean, honestly, come on.
I can't believe you're doing this to me, Sorg. I thought we were friends.
We are. That's why he's
I'm seriously doubting these accusations of our friendship. You're calling him. You were calling him. You're not letting him call in. You were calling him.
We only got a one-way line, so we don't. Maybe we get some of that future money. Hello, Tyler Stone. How you doing?
Hey guys, how's it going? David, I heard how the thoughts of my beatdown work out for you.
Oh yeah, oh, you're so funny. How's your black eye?
I'll tell you what, brother, my black eye is almost healed up, but the sting of that defeat will last a lifetime.
I can't believe you did this to me, Sorg. You're a jackass. I don't know if I'm talking to you the rest of the show, Sorg.
This may be our first bamboozlement of interviews. So Tyler Stone, you actually debuted at Cal U for IWC.
That's false, Sorg. He actually debuted at Clearfield Cataclysm 4.
Oh, I'm sorry, I missed Clearfield Cataclysm 4.
If you're gonna spring shit on me, make sure you have your facts right.
No, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Tyler, you're...
David Dimera did his homework, though.
There you go. Maybe he was in the back. Who knows? Tyler, you're also a product of the Iron City Wrestling Academy. Can you tell us a little bit about your experience there?
Yeah, I sure can. That's one, probably just one thing that I agree with David on is it was a great experience with just nothing but the most professional trainers, and definitely an honor to come through there. And I tell you, if I could just touch upon something I heard you guys talking about earlier, as someone about the mixed martial arts and wrestling, as someone who also has a professional mixed martial arts record, you have to. I mean, I've seen people go into fights untrained, and they got stomped, and it doesn't work out very good. And it's the same thing with wrestling. Although it's hard to compare, wrestling training, going through that experience was probably one of the most difficult things I've done in my life. It just took so much discipline and drive, and like he said, you do want to find a professional school with professional people to get the best results, and I feel fortunate that I was able to do so.
Excellent. And of course, this was probably the biggest show. Again, being your third match, but being back in the home ground of the Court Time Center, you had probably the biggest reaction. It was actually told to me in my headset that you guys' match was probably the biggest reaction up until the Ring of Honor champion right before intermission.
Oh yeah, great. Somebody had told me that also, and it was almost hard to believe because and like David said, it's an honor to wrestle for IWC. So to have that reaction, and I'm so thankful for all the support that I have. And one thing that was so cool about it is all through my fight career, mixed martial arts was not sanctioned in Pennsylvania at the time, so I was always traveling. That's the first time I actually got to compete or do anything in front of a hometown crowd. So it felt great, and I hope to do that again in the future very soon.
Excellent. Now, you mentioned an interesting there with MMA being officially sanctioned here. We talked about in the last couple of weeks about a lot of wrestlers looking to go to MMA. Do you ever see a day where maybe you might be returning to that, or even maybe do something of a hybrid career with that?
Yeah, a hybrid career, it would probably be more like it. I mean, I've kind of fallen in love with wrestling. But there's a lot of times I miss fighting too. But I just kind of have to see where life takes me, what my body will allow to, and go from there. I know to compete at a professional level with anything, it requires almost 110% of your attention. So to do both might be difficult, but if I can pull that off, I would love to. And I tell you, I think my wrestling would definitely help out. And I think it does vice versa. But that's definitely something I'd look at in the future for sure.
Excellent. I know you guys have been on the road with IWC here for over the last year or so. Aside from that, obviously with the big opening match, are there any highlights you guys like to share of your experience so far?
Now, I don't know about you, Mr. Tyler Stone, but I sure did not appreciate getting my ass handed to me by the one Jimmy Vegas. That was probably a highlight because that was the first time I was actually in the ring with somebody big league, or like somebody, I don't want to say big league, but somebody of a high caliber, being a former IWC champion. So I guess that can be considered a highlight. However, I did not like getting thrown around. That was unfortunate.
Although I gotta say, you can get your ass beat with the best of them, Mr. Dimera.
What the hell is that supposed to mean, Sorg? Damn it! With the slandering, I can't take. I'm going to drink my Aquafina water and continue to not talk.
Where did you get that bottle from?
My assistant.
I thought you were sponsored by Yingling.
David, I do share your sentiment on that. That was to be in the ring with him. But if you guys remember in Clearfield, that's actually the second time that's happened to me because Dean Radford interfered in that match. So I'm not quite sure what these guys have going on, but I will tell you in Tyler Stone fashion, it will be dealt with in due time. So we'll have to see what happens.
Excellent. Thanks for joining us, Tyler. We look forward to speaking again on the show and seeing what comes up with you here in IWC.
Sounds good. Thanks a lot for having me. And David, we will meet again, and I can't imagine it'll be any different, brother.
We'll see. We'll see. Hang up on him. Hang it up. Click. Click. Hang it up.
All right, guys. Thanks a lot.
No. Hang it. Click. 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 He's gone.
He's saying click, he's not hanging the phone up.
It makes him think so.
You're way too far away from the button.
Click! Click!
Yelling louder doesn't help.
It might.
Well,
I can guarantee you the results will not be the same. I will not have his raucous fans to distract me from my goal and prevent me from beating him, and I will not climb to the top rope again.
What? Wait. Explain this. What happened that you are now fearful?
Let's just say I went high risk.
Okay.
And it didn't quite exactly pan
Called
out
high
for
risk
me.
for a reason.
So, if you want to see it, go to IWCWrestling.com. Newly released from those good old folks at Digital Horizons and Tony F himself. Winner takes all on DVD. You can have it for $15. Tony F will provide that for you, and yeah, go buy it and stuff. There's tons of great matches. It's a good show. Very entertaining if you like indie wrestling.
What
Buy
you
it. WrestleFan, I expect your name to be on the list to buy it. I see this list because I'm part of the DVD and all that good stuff. I expect to see
this list. I don't even see this list.
What list?
What list?
It's the list. Are you David Dimera? No, you're not David Dimera. You were Sorgatron. You don't see lists. I'm list.
What are you talking about?
A-list. Oh.
What do you do with said
No.
list?
No. But no, in all seriousness, that's just me fucking around. In all seriousness, buy the DVD. It's a great show. Jimmy and Fab, Eric and Justin, Shima and Roderick Strong. I mean, it goes on and on. Great show. Go to IVC.com. You can buy it. I'm seeing it on the website thingy over here on the monitor of information that Sorgatron has provided for the guests.
Even though he's a turncoat.
What was that, WrestleMan?
I said even though he's a turncoat.
Who's a turncoat?
Sorg.
Sorgatron.
Why is Sorgatron a turncoat?
You were yelling at him.
You're yelling at
Oh yeah, that's right. You're a son of a bitch, and I'm not talking to you. But go buy it.
I still think David Dimera is a turncoat. He killed Doc Reme.
Even though I don't like Sorgatron, go to Digital Horizons, get the DVD, and in fact, call Tony F. If you need something to video record, it'll give Sorg something to do in his already busy weekends, and make him even busier, and make him unhappy, and that'll make me happy. Buy the DVD.
That was a bit of a stretch.
All right, on that note,
What are you looking at me like that for?
I was making sure you're finished. Because you're pretty long-winded.
I always finish.
That's not what I've heard.
WrestleFan, please give me an indie minute.
Very short indie minutes. For also our fans at AIW Wrestling, they have a show coming up night before Xmas 4, I believe. It looks like a great card. Friends of the show, Johnny Gargano versus Michael Fasade, a title match, the absolute title. Also, Michael Facade. Jimmy Jacobs against Tim Donst, and a bunch of others. If you want to go check them out and go buy tickets, go to AIWrestling.com. It's been a short week in the wrestling this week, so that is all I have for this week. Oh, actually, Big Freaky wanted to remind me that Adam Pearce retained the NWA Championship. He defeated Flash Flanagan by disqualification in a match. So yeah. And that is your ending minute for this week.
Sorg, let me put the...
WrestleFan, I give you mad props.
Whoa, hey, hold on a second.
Hold on.
Mad Mike was talking.
Sorry.
They have a bunch of part of
Whoa. Abba. Hold on a second. We're having a little bit of connection trouble. I think it's because I'm trying to play an NWA Hollywood over in this other screen. So we're going to stop that because it's too big for our connection. Why is Hulk Hogan on this video? That's so weird. Okay.
Rockin' John Cena.
What? Rockin' the what, Cena?
It's a commercial or something.
I mean, technically, John Cena's a free agent now, so...
What the heck?
This
I don't know what's going
fantastic.
on. Mad Mike, I'm going to call you back. I don't know what's happened there. Dimera, what were you saying?
WrestleFan, I give you mad props. Your indie minute was in fact 56 seconds long. That is an appropriate time for a segment identified as the indie minute.
I try.
From now on, if your segment is over a minute, from now on, I will listen for this. The next time you visit Pittsburgh, you will gain 40 lashes for every 10 seconds you are over on the indie minute.
Hello?
What the hell? All right. On that note, I want to thank Tyler Stowe for joining us and Dave Dimera here.
Apparently I'm getting kicked out.
No, you're not getting kicked out. I'm just saying I'm going to break. I need to remind everybody who's here and everything.
Can I talk about the thing I want to talk
Oh, hey, that Mike's back.
Shut up, you robot!
What's going on before we go to break here?
Damn it. Alright, well, a Fed I've talked about before a couple of times, Northeast Wrestling.
Okay.
They're holding another super show in Poughkeepsie, New York in the new year on January 15th. And right now, signed the main event is Tommy Dreamer versus Jerry Lawler in a steel cage.
Excellent.
Yeah, the last time they had an event at Poughkeepsie, Lawler and Dreamer fought in a hardcore match, and it was pretty fantastic. So I'm expecting the cage match to be even better. But the big news is one of my professional wrestling enemies is going to be at the show.
Okay.
And I'm going to approach him. And that man's name is Matt Hardy.
Matt Hardy, you're finally going to confront him.
Matt.
Now, are you going to have video available for this, or
Sorg? I have this nifty new gadget called an iTouch.
Okay.
I'm going to bring this with me, and I'm going to attempt to videotape my confrontation with Matt Hardy.
Oh wow, this is.
I don't know how this will go. I don't know what will happen. I may have to wear these sunglasses because of a black eye, or Matt Hardy may just cower at my dashingness, which I'm anticipating. But
I bet he tries to slap a tornado.
Hey, you know what? I'll bring two. Can't slap both at once.
There it is right there. Matt Hardy. He's just gonna be there.
Well, no, he'll probably they have a couple other people signed up. They have they're supposed to be announcing another former world champion to be there. Carlito's gonna be there. They've had a couple of big names there before. So I'm sure Matt Hardy will probably fight not one of the big names because he's not a big name at all.
Not anymore. So go.
Matt Hardy will probably be behind the concession stand stealing all the profits.
So check that out, northeastwrestling.com, if you want to find out more about that show if you're around the Poughkeepsie, New York area. And
Poughkeepsie.
The Poughkeepsie.
What's going on?
Sorg, I will cut you.
Sorg, this monitor over here is not a touch screen.
We have 85 seconds left until it disconnects.
Why are you trying to touch that screen?
There was a button to press.
People are ruined by iPads now.
I wanted to touch it.
You want?
All right. And on that note, let's go to the break. Here's a little clip of what you're going to expect on Gold if you have one of those iPhones or iPods that can download the WMS Gold. We'll be right back. What was your job?
Remember how to say good times, because that's
that was your accomplishment when you were here.
Yeah, I did it.
Whoa. Hey.
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 Face.
Guys, I gotta share this with you. I'm I'm completely proud of this picture because it's Christmas time. You'll see it.
Give it up one time for the Wrestling Mayhem radio show, Danny.
You're watching the Wrestling Mayhem Show.
This is awesome.
Online at WrestlingMayhemShow.com.
In related news, I was looking up fucking machines today.
And that's why we're back on the Wrestling Mayhem Show, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome. It's episode 247. That means we're close to 250. And there's
a lot of episodes.
Around then is that count up to 5 years?
5 years of mayhem.
You gonna do the rest of the song?
No.
You can't celebrate us,
That's
bitches.
a preview of something you can see on Gold with Mr. Remedy. But yes, we're planning on having a party.
Sorg, who the fuck is Mr. Remedy?
Mr. Dimera.
Thank you.
Remedy.
And who the fuck is Will?
Is with the franchise who's late for the interview, I think, is asking, is Dimera better?
Shane Douglas?
What? Yeah.
Jesus, we have Shane Douglas on the show? I didn't prep at all.
Walmart let out early.
Is he wearing yellow and black?
Yeah.
When is he not?
He always
Even when he
wears
worked at
yellow
Home
and
Depot,
black.
he was wearing it. Okay,
Wait,
anyways.
he's in the necklace?
He was asking if Dimera is a better wrestler than Remedy, who almost jobbed inanimate objects. Almost.
Remedy jobbed every inanimate object he wrestled. I personally
pretty
saw him lose a
sure-
forfeit to a manhole cover.
I'm pretty sure he beat
He
the
did do
baby.
pretty good against the mailbox.
He did beat the baby
He
swing.
beat the baby swing.
Oh, he beat that a bunch.
To be fair, yeah. He did beat the baby swing.
On that note, guys, please.
Luckily, the baby wasn't in it.
Oh wow, where do we go from there? So let's get right. King of the Ring. King of the Ring was last night.
All hail!
Why are you booing? It was the best
Because Booker
King of the
T
Ring.
did not win.
It was the best King of the Ring
All
since.
hail,
No.
King Booker.
Wait,
No.
they got the
No, it
All
was
hail,
not the best
King
King of the
Booker.
Ring because Booker didn't show up
Yes.
and then win it.
King
No,
Booker
no,
was
it's
not
the
winning.
best King of the Ring since
William
1997.
Regal. Or
All right.
William Regal.
No.
William Regal.
All hail
You went all the
King
way back to
Booker.
1997.
I'm going back to 97.
Hey,
The best King of the Ring
we've got the
since Triple
best
H.
king in the WWE, fella.
William Regal, best King of the Ring since
Seriously.
2008.
What?
How is-
Celtic King.
I'm so confused, Sorg.
William Regal should have come out and passed on the King of the Ring to Sheamus.
Was he the last one?
Yeah.
He was the last
Well,
one.
they were only touting it for 2 years that he was King of the Ring. His Titantron said 2008 King of the Ring as he was coming out.
Why are you looking at me?
Because I am talking to you. I'm not supposed to be, but I am.
Pinky in the air.
I'm gonna deep throat this microphone.
That's what she
Yes.
said. Whoa,
Do
wrestling
it.
seemed excited about that.
Or you could not.
All right.
Anything
There
where
was
we're
no
not
king
talking
holder.
about wrestling.
So King of the Ring. What did
What
you
was
guys
that?
think of that? Oh, we've been having problems with Mike's microphone for a
Good-
while.
good
Most
show.
of it gets smoothed
Good.
over in the
think-
processing, I think.
Mm.
Thoughts?
I think one of the standout stars of the King of the Ring was Alberto Del Rio. And it's not just
Yeah.
because I might have a little man crush on him. It's because he had some great matches.
It's that golden diaper, isn't it? You like?
It might be. It might be the golden diaper. It might be the accent.
Mhm.
It might be his hatred for all fellow Mexicans.
Okay.
Either way, he makes my boy Gina all tingly.
Your boy John all tingly. Yeah, I mean, I can
Wait.
understand that. I mean, you know, if I swung that way, I'd be very attracted to his golden. Oops, I pooped my pants. So
I think a lot of it has to do with his
Oops, I
eyebrows.
crapped
They're
my
so
pants,
nicely
Lord.
shaped.
so nice and shaved. Oh, okay.
They're nicely shaped. His eyebrows, they're very well done.
Well done.
I bet it's the scarf.
Yeah.
I bet it's the scarf that really, cranks your
Do
engine.
I look like him?
No. You're not close enough to Mexico to look like
What just happened?
What do you mean I'm not close enough to Mexico?
WrestleFan goes like this.
Obviously,
Why
this
does that
is
make you look like him?
obviously.
He does it all the
Do I look like him
time.
now?
If you're listening in audio land, go download the video and fast forward. At what time are we approximately, Sorg, so they know when to go to in the video?
I have no idea what's going to come out.
There he is. Let me see.
She's not even doing it right.
Do I look like him now?
About halfway through the show, watch everything that's happening right now.
everything right now, come back to it, okay?
Hold on, in a much simpler fashion, look at what time you are in the audio feed, and then go back and reference that to the video feed, and that'll be about where you need to listen.
Matches up. Juan Bradshaw Layfield.
He is the same.
Sorg, where were you in your Spanish classes? Juan?
I took French. Look, motherfucker, I took French.
Said that on Smack. What's the problem?
Okay, somebody's dropping hard J's over here. Juan. I mean, damn, Sorg.
Whoa.
It's
from
Juan,
the chat
not
room,
Juan. Just like it's Hanukkah, not Chanukah.
Juwan Howard.
The franchise in the chat room says the standout star of the King of the Ring was Charles Montgomery Punk, spoiling the finals, making jokes about Cena and the Spanish announce table. What, he spoiled the finals? I missed that part.
Me too.
There's a lot of inside talk.
As soon as the not Mark Henry and the other guy went to a double countout.
You don't malign the good name of Ezekiel Jackson.
That's it.
All right.
I couldn't remember right off the back of my head. I just knew
Zeke is part Ahmed Johnson, one part Smiling Mark Henry, and all.
Hey, Dimera. Hey, Dimera. This here, what you call domination.
Yeah, that's it. I couldn't think of what it was. I had
this here, what you call domination.
Yeah, irrelevant. Whenever they went to a double countout and Sheamus got a bye to the finals, I knew that it was going to be Morrison versus Sheamus. Everybody knew it was going to be Morrison versus
When
Sheamus.
Morrison qualified for the tournament, you knew it was going to be Morrison versus Sheamus.
Yeah.
Thank you, Missy. That
Ever
is
since Tony Atlas went away, I've had to pick a new black champion, and is Ezekiel Jackson.
Well, one thing I noticed on Zeke last night, he has the same logo on his bike.
Taking off somewhere.
Did they get really windy in somebody's apartment?
Yeah. Who just moved to Chicago?
Somebody close a damn window.
I think it's Mad Mike. I'm judging. No, maybe it's LB.
Oh my God, I can't hear anything.
I have no idea. There's a weird,
I don't know what's happening.
There's weird
the audio
lines around.
Okay, fine. Everybody just talk louder. Do you know that Ezekiel Jackson's theme music is the same beat line from the Brawl for All theme music?
We talked about this when he first came out.
Yeah, I know.
Did you know that me and CM Punk were wearing the same T-shirt last night?
He was wearing a Colt
Just
Cabana
saying.
T-shirt.
Boom, boom.
He was wearing the same one I had.
Oh
on.
yeah, the Colt Cabana T-shirt was
The I
classic.
Jew Cabana or I Jew Colt.
I do Colt.
No, I Jew Colt.
I Jew Colt.
It's the Star of David. So I Jew Colt. Like the
I wonder how
art
he
in
got away with
art
that.
New York. So I Jew.
I love it. He's at least he's straight edge. He's the only one that can wear that T-shirt.
See, the franchise 05. Shane Douglas knows what I'm talking about.
Shane Douglas knows
He's
all
like,
about
you
it.
had on your I Jew Colt shirt. And I agree
He's not wrong.
I agree with Shane Douglas as well that Jerry Lawler should have been the champion.
I agree with that too.
I like how I totally
vote
know
for
who
him.
the franchise is,
But you
yet
have
I'm
to
still
keep
calling
calling
him Shane
him
Douglas now.
Yeah, Mike.
Did anyone think next week's Raw is going to be really awkward for the announced team?
Yes. Of course.
Jerry Lawler is just going to be sitting there like, motherfucker, you cost me.
Yeah, we
the
had Jerry
championship."
Lawler. I thought it was really cool to have Jerry Lawler, the original King. Wait, he's raising his hand. What's up?
I believe that last night on Raw was their way of writing Jerry the King Lawler off of WWE television.
You think? Is he on his way out?
I believe so. I remember reading something a long time ago whenever I looked at dirt sheets on the internet that
That you don't do anymore.
No, I don't do that at all.
Wrestlers don't do that.
No, we don't. That Jerry the King Lawler wanted to have what was it? He wanted to have one championship match or something before he retired. Or something along those lines.
Interesting.
That's convenient. And on his birthday,
He was very against going into the WWE Hall of Fame because he felt that it would make him look over the hill and not relevant anymore.
Which I mean,
didn't someone tweet last night that this was King's WrestleMania moment?
I think so.
I think you know what? No,
I think
actually,
it was either JR or Joey Styles.
I think it was CM Punk saying that, wasn't it? Or maybe Cole making fun of him.
Someone tweeted it. I know that.
Okay.
I forget who it was, but someone tweeted it last night.
Right.
But yeah, fucking Michael Cole. God damn it. It's not enough.
Fucking Michael.
You have all your little one-liners and all your damn, sucking the Miz's dick and
Damn
who else?
mustache and your greasy hair.
That was vintage Michael Cole. That was
oh my god. And then you interfere matches. What the hell?
It almost seemed like it was a way of writing Michael Cole off of Raw.
Either way, yeah, for maybe whatever.
Because I mean, he's been on SmackDown a lot.
Yeah, he has. He has the voice of Raw. Mm.
At least maybe writing him off until Punk gets back in the ring and just have Punk and Lawler call Raw for a little bit.
I don't know if you guys heard this. Didn't Punk say something about how his wrestling career is over?
Who, Punk or
Punk.
Lawler?
I thought Punk made a comment about it.
Oh.
No idea.
Nobody else got it?
I don't know. I was asleep a bunch.
Excellent. All right. Well,
I had to go to work, so I watched up until the Sheamus Morrison, and then I went to sleep.
There you go. Well, yeah, I was wondering. I'm pretty sure WWE is trying to kill me with these 3-hour Raws.
Yeah.
Because we
doing it again in like
2 weeks in between. They had the classic old school 2 weeks ago, and in another 2 weeks they're going to have the Slammy Awards.
Hey, you know what, Sorg? At least these 3-hour Raws are like themed.
Yeah.
And
Not like-
it's not just randomly, hey, we're going to have a bigger show because USA wants us to have a longer show.
Yeah. And I like that they're resurrecting some of these old concepts that we miss. I mean, who doesn't like the Slammies? Just don't bring back Dennis Miller again, please.
Bring back Todd.
No, bring back Sonny.
Todd Pettengill.
Todd Pettengill. You're a mark for
Where is Todd Pettengill?
Yeah.
If he was
Todd
back and
Pettengill
he sang
is
an
amazing.
opening song, that would make my year.
You know who reminds me of Todd Pettengill?
Who?
That new announcer for Superstars. Whatever the hell his name is. But I was just listening to him
Scott
commentate with
Sampson?
CM Punk.
Mm-hmm.
Is
Scott Sampson?
Is that his name? I
believe so.
didn't bother to care. But I was listening to him commentate with CM Punk. And he sounds a lot like Todd Pettengill.
Well, according to the WrestleZone forums, Todd Pettengill is now a DJ in New York City and actually a very successful one. Billboard named him on-air personality of the year 6 times in major cities.
Sorg,
Does he sing the Macarena?
Sorg, I hate to be the one to inform you that the internet isn't correct. Todd Pettengill was a DJ back then as well.
What?
He's done a show for years called Scott and Todd in the Morning.
Oh, so
he's been...
So even when he was in WWE, well, that's where he is now, if nothing else. So wrestling was his side job. Yeah, co-host.
No, yeah, he actually never really appreciated wrestling that much. He just liked the job because he got to be a jackass and get paid very well for it.
Let's see, he replaced Sean Mooney, the classic announcer there.
Oh, I love me some Sean Mooney.
Who doesn't like
I
some
remember
Sean
him
Mooney?
too.
Man, hosted Blast Off, Livewire, and Action Zone. Man, high end. He actually sang the opening number of WWF Superstars at the 1996 Slammy Awards. What are you doing over there?
Who could you be talking to?
What do you have there?
I found these.
What did you find?
They were posters.
It looked like something else.
Nice.
Don't show them. It's
Is he unrolling a treasure map? Oh, jeez.
Marilyn Manson, Guns, God, and Government World Tour, available on DVD and VHS.
That's old. You never know what you're
What
gonna
the fuck is this?
find. What is it?
I think he's unrolling a treasure map.
Person.
It's
a
a
green
Game
thing.
Boy game.
Gargoyle's Quest.
There you go.
Things you find in the Mayhem studio when David Dimera is on the show.
It's one of those nights.
Basketball play. What? what was it, Watto? Was that his name?
Guido?
No, Watto from Phantom Menace.
Say what?
Yeah, look at that.
Was it Watto?
Let's race some slaves.
There you go.
Let's race some slaves.
We've completely lost Dimera. Anyways,
What was his name? Was it Watts or Watto?
Hey, at least he hasn't gone to the bathroom and started pissing with his mic yet.
no, you can't take the mic with him because it's not wireless.
I'll take yours then.
Thankfully, no, you're not taking mine. You're not. This one's staying right here, right here.
In my pants.
All right, let's see what's going on in the news. What we got pegged for this week? Like I said, Slammy Awards coming in 2 weeks. Of course, we mentioned a couple weeks ago some releases, and Chris DeJoseph had a few comments on his Facebook page after being let go. Free at last. What a run. Off the island. We'll never go back. So there you go.
Who was that? Was he relevant?
Who is that?
Josh DeJoseph. He was a writer.
Chris DeJoseph. Oh.
Oh, that was the the fat oily guy.
Is he fat oily guy?
Was he Big Dick Johnson?
Yeah.
That was
Wow. And
Whatever.
Hey, that was the best thing you've ever gotten in your career.
Yeah.
In his life, sir.
He was a writer. How did they talk him into be like, hey, you're big and oily, so we're going to put you on TV? That's not the pitch I was looking for. Thanks a lot. So, and
hey, did we mention...
What?
Did we mention that Tiffany got released? I can't remember what time frame that happened in.
I think we did before.
That was even less relevant than
Yeah,
Big
it's
Dick
even less
Johnson.
relevant. There was Mr. Dimera just went to the bathroom. So,
oh no.
All right. There is a photo up of Juan Cena at a house show. Apparently, he was John Cena was advertised for the house show, and his cousin Juan showed up. So there you go.
So it was John Cena?
No, it was completely not John Cena. It was his cousin Juan.
The picture's very
in a
tiny.
mask.
It's very hard to see.
What's that?
The picture is very hard to see. It's tiny.
It's very eyewitness photo.
Oh, okay.
So you're like crawling into your laptop.
I thought maybe I could see it better if I could.
How is your laptop like as big as you?
What are you talking about?
You could crawl. Well, from this angle, it looks like you could crawl.
Sorg, she is an Ewok. We've gone over this.
And then WrestleFan disappeared too. Apparently, he also took the cue.
Dimera drove my car over today, and he could not fathom how close I was sitting to the steering wheel.
Well, that doesn't surprise anyone from who's ever seen you up close.
Yes, you are a tiny person.
It happens.
You are.
That's why I'm in kindergarten.
Into my
Crawl onto the dashboard into the driver's seat.
Yes.
Oh! I forgot to. I realized that. I'm sorry. I
Yeah,
apologize.
we're still looking at what you're doing online.
You're still looking at my online. I'm sorry about that.
Account numbers, information, get them.
I just saw what Sorg bought his wife for Christmas.
Oh, talking about toys.
Did I say that at all? Did I ever
Was it
make
anything
it
like
this?
insinuate?
Fucking machines today.
Now, Lunchbox is a robot.
Little bit. I don't know. I saw a picture of Brooke Hogan in a bikini, and they were just not nice about it. So I don't know. Moving on.
Hey, you know what? Brooke Hogan in bikini looks absolutely spectacular from the neck down. From the neck up, all I can see is.
I noticed that. Like there's the one picture, and then they just cut off her head on the rest of them. That was really weird.
That does make it easier to watch.
Jeez.
Very true.
So is it with age? It's just not going on up here. She's looking more like her father.
Well,
oh no.
Oh, and by the way, something from Raw last night. Can we mention the awesome shout out that Angry Girl got?
Yes. She just became a celebrity, and we really need to contact her agent.
If wrestling was more mainstream, she would become an internet meme.
Well, I think she already
would replace Taylor Swift's face when Kanye West interrupted her. Everything potentially evil that could happen in the world, a camera should just pan Angry Girl.
Well, I think she's going to be a star thanks to Botchamania in the future. Because if anybody else, would end up in that. So
it is my mission for 2011 to try and get a hold of Angry Girl for the Mayhem show.
Start now. Maybe she has
I don't know how I'm going to make that happen.
Of course she has a MySpace. She was like 13.
Yeah.
So of course she has one.
Exactly.
That's entirely accurate.
Exactly.
At first, I didn't think it was a girl.
Yeah, Lunchbox did think that it was a boy.
It better be a girl because Miz said girl on Raw, and if that's a guy, that poor dude.
Oh, that poor guy.
That would be absolutely.
He's getting a haircut today.
In other talent news, Joey Styles has been let go by WWE. His TNA, or I'm sorry, his talent contract expired. Still employed by the .com, so it was all good. So
I didn't realize he still would have a talent contract. I would have thought that was up a while ago.
I guess officially.
Yeah.
I think just in case they needed to use him for something, they could have.
I think it was probably like to lock him in, you know.
Yeah.
It's probably some weird way they do their contracts there, you know.
It's a shame because I would love to see a Joey Styles CM Punk commentary team.
Yeah. I'm wondering because I'm thinking he travels to the shows. So I'm wondering if he is on hand for them to decide to do that at some point.
I believe he travels to some of the shows, not all of them.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, obviously some of them because well, he may still see that NXT in advance, being it's on the online. Let's see, Jeff Hardy.
This show sucks.
What?
This show sucks. 3 exclamation points. That's what Joey Styles was tweeted.
Wait, what was that?
But move on.
All right, moving on. I'm actually the only news I have left is the Hardy Boys ripping on CM Punk. Although Matt Hardy going on and saying how the youth movement in WWE is a bad thing because his youth movement got passed over. And he's
fuck
you, Matt Hardy.
Matt Hardy, you sound more like Kevin Nash every week.
Yeah, and again, back to
like
Kevin
Matt
Nash.
Hardy never got a chance.
Was anybody thinking during the Miz and Lawler fight about what that did for exposing the business for Kevin Nash?
Yeah.
So
Kevin Nash did live in his own life.
Incidentally,
Nash did tweet afterwards that he has never met the Miz, and he was kind of just like shooting off his mouth to see what kind of reaction he'd get.
Yeah.
I don't know if he was full of shit, but you know.
That's Kevin Nash for you.
So basically,
by the way, Sorg,
Yeah.
Sorg, there's a TNA review this weekend.
This weekend.
There is a team.
That's why
Yeah,
I
you
put
know,
that
just
in.
Final stipulation.
Final stipulation.
Yes, because 90% of the matches have stipulations.
Yeah, that's pretty typical for them.
It's just like
Final
TNA back in
stipulation.
2008.
Oh, you want to know how TNA is? Okay, I went onto their website to make sure it was this weekend because I thought it was, and final resolution pay-per-view match lineup.
Go for it.
Nothing. It has nothing.
On their website.
It has physically nothing listed.
Luckily, I do.
What?
I do have it
says
announced
make
here.
sure to watch 3 hours of TNA wrestling every Thursday on Spike TV.
No, they still. I think
Matches for Final Resolution will be announced every Thursday night. Don't miss all the total non-stop action.
No, but I think they still have some. They have the card announced. I don't remember where exactly.
I have it here. One of these other, like ProWrestling.net has somehow. I don't know how.
TNA doesn't have the matches listed.
No, that's
but dirt
not
sheet
cool.
sites do.
Jeff Hardy and Matt Morgan for the TNA Championship. Is there a stip on that?
Matt Morgan chooses the referee.
All right.
And he'll choose this week on
I
Impact.
haven't watched the last 2 weeks, so I'm not sure what's going on there.
Mike, do you really have to spoil who it is? Because
it's fairly obvious.
Yeah, I mean,
obvious.
Probably. Oh, match of the night. Submission match, Jeff Jarrett versus Samoa Joe.
I understand that Jeff Jarrett has had a pretty poor representation of being an MMA fighter in recent weeks.
Oh my God!
What happened there?
He filmed a video of him going to a karate class of with 8-year-olds and putting them in submission holds. It was WCW all over again, pretty much.
Let me see if I can find a video of that.
That'll work.
Is it Jeff Jarrett beats up little kids? Probably.
It's on TNA's YouTube thing, but I mean, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
Oh, there's an ad on this, so it must be TNA's.
Yeah. The Monster Abyss versus the Undertaker. Oh no, D'Angelo Dinero in a casket match.
Oh man, you know
if
what?
It's anything like the last casket match will end in disqualification.
Probably.
I'm hoping it's like the original one where the casket dropped from the ceiling and there were candles on the ring turnbuckles. Here's a little bit.
Oh God, I remember that.
Here's a little bit of. There's a kid. Oh, look, there's a cute little kid right there. You know, look at these. Oh, they're like 8.
Yeah, these are 8 years old and putting like the ankle lock.
Yeah, or digital Ewok. Wow, that's tremendous. That's tremendous. Where's the part where he beats him up? Oh, he's got him in an ankle lock. Oh man, what the hell? I'm pretty.
It's WCW.
It's WCW.
That kid is making an awesome.
Sorg, you really haven't missed anything on TNA.
Is that a girl?
In fact, I think
one of them is a girl.
TNA last week. My review of last week's Impact on Wrestling.
Yep.
Sorry.
Yep.
What?
Missy mocking the technical.
Yeah, we missed all that. Can you state that again, Mike?
Okay. Well, if you really want to find out what happened on last week's Impact, I did a review on WrestlingMayhemShow.com.
Yes, you did.
However,
Now
because it was a holiday and I watched it on DVR, I don't know what happened in the main event because the show keeps cutting off. This is the second time in 2 weeks I've tried to watch TNA on DVR and don't know what happened in the main event.
Are you bashing your head against the computer when you figured this out and
No, I want to bash TNA against my computer.
Yeah.
Oh my God!
Go ahead.
I mean, you're having a show, a new show, on a holiday where many people don't watch much TV, and if they do, they're watching Christmas movies or football. Yet,
if they are watching wrestling, they're not watching you.
Well, no. To be fair, no one watches wrestling on Thursdays.
Yeah, well, at that point, they're doing the show because they're contractually obligated to. They know they're not getting any extra stuff out of it. And then...
But, Sorg, end it on time so that the people who DVR it can see what your main event fucking angles are.
Well, I think there's
ECW used to do that all the time.
Yeah. They want you to watch it live. That's kind of a TV trick, and they want you to also get that reaction if you're doing the DVR.
But Sorg, it's a holiday
show. Get it? Reaction?
It's a holiday show.
That doesn't
they
change
could
their
have
methods.
done a best of show.
That doesn't change their methods.
There's another method.
Well, it should.
What's that?
You could set your DVR to record 10 minutes after the slotted time.
It went a half hour after to get the main event angle.
You can record up to an hour after.
Yeah, I know, but then I
but that
went
takes
over for
effort.
a reaction, and that goes against all my principles.
Wait. Why is that against your principles?
Because Reaction is a stupid, garbage, bullshit show that shows people working on matches and shows Dixie Carr as the executive producer when she doesn't own the company anymore.
No, actually, she owns the company now.
TNA.
I think you're overdoing the details because it's wrestling.
No,
it's
I'm not.
Come on,
Sorg. They don't have to show credits.
No, but it's.
They don't have to show credits. The one time I actually noticed.
They showed credits on Sunday Night Heat when they first played it.
Sorg, I actually agree with Mad Mike here. Okay. Because if you go to TNA's YouTube page, there's a video of Dixie Carter and Hulk Hogan together hyping the Ohio college football team or whatever, hyping them. And they're together talking about it. And Hogan calls Dixie his boss.
Okay. But what is the difference? Bad. No, wait. Now, what's the difference between that? That's like a promotional thing. What's the difference between... Is Hogan in character at this point?
No, he's not in character. He wasn't in character at all. He wasn't heel at all.
What's the difference between that and Vince McMahon, who's in a coma, by the way, on WWE television, or has been dead previously? And he shows up for all the marketing meetings to support his wife's election campaign. What's the difference between that and what's going on with that?
Sorg. The difference is that this is preventable. They didn't have to have Dixie and Hogan talking together.
Okay.
They could have had Dixie solo, and they could have had Hogan solo or something. They were talking together in one room, and Hogan called Dixie his boss.
Okay, because that's outside of Fantasyland.
Well, that's
that is
the
the
thing.
Impact Zone.
That's the catch with wrestling. Kayfabe is variable. It's not a strict rule as it was, back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
Is there kayfabe? Who knows? Whatever Vince feels like doing that day. Sometimes he's Vince McMahon, and sometimes he's Vince McMahon.
We're gone from the days where you can separate, where you can see, just to pick a show out, Michael Rosenbaum, who plays Lex Luthor, and the guy that plays I can't remember his name, Superman on Smallville, can be seen in the same room together, guys.
Sorg.
Interesting fact. The guy who plays Lex Luthor on Smallville is also the guy who does the voice for the Flash in the Justice League and Justice League Unlimited cartoons, and does a damn good job of it.
Wow, that's pretty cool. I didn't know about that.
Entirely
but seriously,
nothing to do with wrestling.
The difference is,
I'm just
Sorg, the difference is when you act out of character, like when Vince McMahon attends meetings and stuff like that, they don't televise those things.
Okay.
They don't televise them.
Where was the
TNA? TNA clearly does not have any sort of planning, because they don't try and maintain any story that they have possibly going.
Yeah, it does feel when I watch your show that they don't think this stuff through.
Yeah. Which is kind of the crash card TV that we expect from these people.
3 weeks.
What's that?
All of this has been taped for 3.5 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
You mean to tell me that they couldn't take a different angle of Bubba Ray Dudley talking so that it didn't show RVD and Kaz actually working out some of the spots in their match? You mean to tell me that in the episode of Reaction, where Eric Bischoff and Hulk Hogan spend an hour of my life wasting it, telling me how they took over the company from Dixie Carter, they couldn't take out the little credit right at the end of that show that says executive producer Dixie Carter?
Yeah.
I mean, this isn't difficult stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, even on Impact.
But you know what? If you ever watch General Hospital, it's the same thing. They don't take out the credits of the villains. It's still there.
Yeah.
True, but I mean.
And Reaction, even though it is a big rollover show for TNA Impact, it still tries to perpetrate itself as a sort of a reality show or a fake reality show, and it's as real as the Jersey Shore, most likely.
As real as Jay Wiles' tits.
There you go.
Speaking, going back onto the pay-per-view, Rob Van Dam versus Rhino, the first blood match. Someone will bleed and no one will care.
Man, you should write for TNA.
Like that.
You should do the promo work for TNA there.
I bet Ric Flair.
What's that, Missy?
I bet Ric Flair loses.
Ric Flair loses?
Yeah.
Ric Flair loses.
He'll bleed first. He doesn't have to be anywhere near the match. He'll bleed first.
There you go. Under those stipulations,
That's true. If they can have a disqualification in a casket match, they can have, Ric Flair losing a match he's not even in.
The title says First Blood. It says First Blood. Look, it says it right there. That's Vince Russo talking. TNA, this might be the bright shining, this may be match of the night. Very shining line. Tag titles on the line. Mostly Machine Guns against Generating Me in Full Metal Mayhem, a.k.a. TLC.
Yeah.
Because
TLC
it's pretty much a TLC
come up
match.
with that concept.
Yeah. In the month of December, no less.
Ooh, they did this last year. I don't
know.
Yeah, you notice they have Survivor Series style match on their Thanksgiving Impact?
No, there you go. They remember.
Yeah.
I'm glad you can get
Falls Count Anywhere match, Tara versus Mickey James. Yeah.
Wait. On WrestleFan. Tara versus Mickey James is on the pay-per-view?
Yeah.
Didn't Mickey James win the #1 contendership?
Yeah, and last time I checked, Tara's in champion, so I don't know.
Oh, God, I fucking hate you, TNA.
Also, television title, AJ Styles against Doug Williams. That actually could be a good match.
It could be, and please let's make the TV title do something. Wait, can we have a TV title match on pay-per-view? Does that work? I guess it's on TV. Okay.
Yes, it's happening all the time. And this will be, I think, AJ's 5th title defense when he said he would defend it every week. In July.
You're gonna love this match. X Division title on the line with Robbie E versus Jay Lethal with Cookie suspended above the ring in a shark cage.
Will it be bigger? Will it be bigger than Chest Flexor's cage?
Yes. Buy rates, my friends.
It's shit like this is why I love wrestling so much.
I hope
Snooki on a pole match. Fuck
I say it's gonna be like Triple H Owen Hart when China was in the cage, but instead of bending the bar, she's gonna use a nail filer.
Speaking of Owen Hart, I hope she doesn't pull one.
Oh.
Really?
I love
me
the
too.
delay.
Too soon. Too
the
soon.
delay over the
and also, or what? Go ahead.
It's just the delay.
I was laughing about the delay because
Yeah.
he said that, and then there was silence, and then everyone goes, "Ooh."
I think everybody had to think back for a second to what exactly you were talking about.
I blame the delay.
Delay.
It's never too soon for the Owen Hart jokes. Anything I ever say about Owen Hart in that reference, it'll never be too soon as long as I know a key story. I can't share that. I can't share this story right now, but yes.
Wow, then way to bring it up.
All right, and it's not going to be on gold, I don't think either. So.
David Dimera giving blue balls, folks.
Oh, and by the way, also #1 contenders match: Peter Money versus Ink Inc. Because anyone will care about that.
Because Ink Inc. has really been a hot tag team lately. Wrestling.
I'm actually shocked.
Matches.
I'm actually shocked they have #1 contenders. Because of course,
WrestleFan. How much more in a draw?
They're both #1 contenders, and they'll still have to wait another month until they get the title shots.
Jeez.
Oh, that's another thing that bothers me about TNA. Okay, every week while we go on the Mayhem show, I go on to TNA's photo gallery to see if they have put up new pictures of my future White Velvet Sky.
Mm-hmm.
Sadly, I'm always disappointed. But they've put up pictures of Cookie recently.
Yes.
And yet there is no Mickey James gallery.
Really?
There's no Mickey James pictures except for like a few
there was
pictures from a Halloween thing, I think.
Yeah, as Rainbow Bright.
Yeah. There is not a Mickey James gallery. And maybe it's just me, but if I had to rank the hotness of the TNA knockouts, Mickey James would be in the top 3. So, what the fuck, TNA?
Yeah, she is in the special edition Halloween ones, it looks like. Oh, here you go.
Also, with that piece about that, Daphne photos.
I'm sorry?
Where are the Daphne photos? Seriously. For real.
Daphne photos?
Oh, really? No.
Well, Daphne has been out.
Yeah, she's been out with an injury for a good long time, so...
I think she had post-concussion syndrome, which is why she hasn't been on TV.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Which makes me want to hate Rosie Lotta Love even that much more. Because if she took out Daphne, I will find her and I will kill her.
There are pictures of her on the website they sexy her, so.
Jeez.
Nice. That is what I will say about that.
Excellent. Well, guys, I think on that point, I think it's time to wrap things up on this. I think we covered all the matches, and we will sleep through another TNA pay-per-view.
Yay, more sleep for me!
And tell you all what we dreamed about next week. There was, kind of a side comment on them. There's an interview I started watching. I didn't get through it over on Sun UK. It's in the links on the delicious.com/wrestling mayhem if you guys are interested in that. Where Bret Hart was being interviewed, and he was going on about how TNA isn't a wrestling company; they're more of just a wrestling show. Well, yeah, which is true if you think about it, because they're talking about they don't travel to a large extent. They do the shows, and maybe he doesn't know about the live show business, and he talks about how WWE is a wrestling company. They do a whole lot with wrestling and just more to it. So I thought that was interesting for sure. So
if Bret Hart keeps making comments like that, I might have to like him.
maybe he'll warm up to you in his old age.
Maybe
as he becomes wiser.
It could be like when Manny Ramirez joined the Dodgers and he said he hated the Red Sox, and I had to appreciate Manny Ramirez for that.
Well, that's turning around. So let's go to our digital folks over there. WrestleFan, what'd you learn from wrestling this week?
I learned from wrestling this week that I need to watch SmackDown every single week because Edge is a magical man. The stuff that he is doing with him kidnapping Paul Bearer, hilarious. He did a thing where he lured Kane out to the parking lot to get Paul Bearer, and Kane's going out there, and you see him going towards Bearer tied in the wheelchair, and Edge runs him over in a car, running Paul Bearer over until it shows that it was a stuffed thing as Paul Bearer. Because you didn't realize it, because for a second, you thought he hit him with a car and he, decapitated him. Because his whole body got split in half. And then you see the fuzz or whatever inside of it. And it shows that Edge and Paul Bearer is still in the car. And it was he is a magical man.
Mad Mike, what'd you learn from wrestling this week?
I learned that CM Punk should be given a raise for making me not want to turn the commentary off of Raw.
Mm-hmm. I saw you unmuted him last night.
Because, not only have we learned that CM Punk is no longer a wrestler, thanks to Michael Cole, but CM Punk brought back the trend of the one-man announce team.
Yes, he did.
During the main event of Raw.
And successfully, I might add.
Yeah. Considering this was his 5th time ever announcing wrestling, he did a pretty damn good job trying to carry the match by himself.
Yeah. The thing I like about CM Punk
he did some great work in Ring of Honor as an announcer.
Yeah. The thing I like about him, though, is he is the Bobby Heenan that Michael Cole should have been. Because the thing with Bobby, and the reason why he's not Bobby Heenan, is that when Bobby Heenan praised a heel, he had a reason behind it. Mm-hmm. And it was a legitimate reason. Well, Michael Cole, and he's like, Daniel Bryan's stupid. He's a nerd, and that. But then CM Punk's like, why haven't they arrested John Cena? He's trespassing on private property. He just attacked someone in the parking lot. He should be arrested.
Yeah,
he's trespassing on private property, and he spilled my Coke.
His diet. No. It was his Diet Pepsi. Let's get this right.
Yeah, Diet Pepsi.
True.
But yeah, everything he says about being a heel announcer makes sense. Mm-hmm. And it's where you hate him because he's a heel announcer, but he's right. That's the thing, and that's what makes him like Bobby Heenan.
Well, I don't know, Heenan, you've heard recently, WrestleFan, but Heenan was often never right.
That's true.
Heenan was always wrong.
I think
he made a legitimate point.
Right.
He still matches in the style, I think, though. You can tell he paid attention to Heenan, in the way he delivers, which I think is kind of cool. So.
And it was also a lot easier for Heenan to identify with a lot of the guys in the ring because he managed half the heels in WWF at the time.
Yeah, and he did. Yeah. And he did wrestle. So he had like a stake in it. Was really interesting. So
yes,
and they always alluded that he had money on the match for some reason. And you know, and I loved Heenan. The reason I loved Heenan because that's back in the day when we elaborated more that it wasn't just for the belt or just to win the match. That winning the belt in the match was for a purse, was for prize money, much like MMA is. And I really think that put a little bit more weight on it than we have now. I mean, nobody ever talks about that. Once in a while, you'll hear like, "Oh, you get the belt because you got money," for having the belt. But it means bigger paycheck.
Yeah.
It's rarely done these days, and I think that's something that's missing. So, I think LB, what'd you learn from wrestling this week?
Well, I learned two things this week. One, Sheamus is a good king, but he's no King Booker. Nor shall he ever be. He is a platform for the return of Triple H, which I'm just waiting for now. And two, the second thing I learned is that Big Freaky's voice does make me tremble. It does titillate me, and it does make me suddenly very, very aware of my swimsuit area.
Aware of your what?
Swimsuit area?
Oh, your swimsuit area.
Swimsuit area, yes, sir.
Okay.
Wow, that's the second time I've heard that.
My no-no region, my buffalo shot, my area, my batch.
Oh.
My twig and plump, my bangers and mash.
Jungle region.
Real quick before we go to the chat. What the hell? What's happening on the Love Couch?
Lame remedy.
Okay. From the chat, where were they? The franchise wrestling is banned. CM Punk got in trouble for that last night. What? Okay. Riz learned that Paul Bearer has great improvisational actor as duct tape ripped. Hold on, need to scroll. No, it's not going. Duct tape ripped. You still couldn't see Paul's mouth.
What the fuck?
That's not improv. That's like ventriloquism.
Good cover up. Good covering up, maybe.
That's ventriloquism, not improvisation.
It is Diet Coke? Okay, maybe it was Diet Coke. To the couch. David Dimera, what'd you learn from wrestling this week?
Nothing.
That's you.
That's you.
That's your new name.
New name? What are you talking about?
Wink.
Shit, I have to change my
I didn't learn anything from wrestling this week. Sorry.
Pick something.
Jeez.
All right, Mayhem Missie, what'd you learn from wrestling this week?
I learned that David Dimera isn't very good at this game. But what I learned in wrestling game.
It's all about the game and how you play it.
Which is really funny because
I learned.
Yes.
Aren't you a
now it's
teacher?
my
You should
turn.
be
You
teaching
missed
him
your
everything about wrestling.
Ted DiBiase played Triple H's theme music on his musical belt last night. I learned that.
He has a musical belt.
Yeah.
If you actually watch
by Mattel. No. Legit.
Excuse me, I was busy.
Honeymoon's over.
But no, yeah, they had one of the new Mattel title belts that when you press a button it plays theme music and has an LED screen and stuff.
Oh.
And it was playing Triple H's theme music. They came back from commercial.
I saw Maurice walk in and say, "Why are you playing the toy when you could have the real thing?"
Yeah.
Okay, well I just missed what.
And then that's what it was.
Okay.
It played Triple H's theme music. I thought it was funny.
Okay. Great. Can I have a turn now?
Triple H is going to come back and end the Miz's title reign. Bank on it.
Please don't say that. That would make me sad.
Go ahead. I permit you to go now.
I learned. I don't know what I was going to say now. No, I learned that the WWE security
sucks.
Yes. And
No,
if that was Stone Cold, he would have been arrested in 2 minutes. But John Cena
They
was allowed to do
explained
whatever
why he was able to do that.
They did.
Because he's
They did.
Superman.
No.
That's a bullshit reason.
No, because Nexus on their first night beat the shit out of security. So John Cena talked to the security guys and said, "Hey, listen, I'm gonna jump the rail and beat the shit out of Nexus. Then I'm gonna go backstage. I'm gonna beat the shit out of them more."
There you go.
Who else was hoping that John Cena was gonna spider monkey down between those trucks or whatever it was onto Otunga and the other one, Paris?
Oh yeah.
They were walking down this narrow corridor, and I was expecting the camera to pan up, and John Cena's just bracing himself against the two walls, and then he just like lets out a primal scream and just falls down on top of them. And then the camera cuts.
Live from Twitter, Joey Styles says, "I would spoil the season finale, but apparently I infuriated fans in the NXT.WWE.com live chat last time, and I'll let the pain continue."
No, tell him to DM
Excellent.
you.
Tell him to DM me. DM me so I can announce it on my show, so we don't have to bother watching. So
hold on, I will tweet Joey Styles right now and tell him to direct message David Dimera.
There you go. David Dimera wants to know. All right, guys.
Sorg, what did you learn from wrestling this week, Sorgatron?
I learned. Oh yeah. Thanks.
Hey, you're an asshole.
Hey, what?
You surprised me with the man to beat me in my debut match. I'm still angry at you, and I can't wait for the 5 years of Mayhem anniversary party so I can whoop your ass in front of a group of people. And let you know how it feels to be beaten in front of people and feel humiliated and dropped on your head.
Really?
A couple times.
Really? You're going to show up? You're going to show up and cause a havoc? Possibly on January 11th at Finnegan's Wake if we book the room?
I'll be there.
Okay, Batman.
I'll be there too.
Where's Harvey? Oh, also, if you can't get Finnegan's Wake, there may be an alternative.
Fantastic. We'll have information.
Hey, let's talk about that later.
Shut up, assistant.
All right, guys. Well, wait. I learned something. I learned.
See?
Why is it that nobody cares when a fat person or a Samoan gets kidnapped for several weeks at a time? Questions aren't asked. Police aren't called. Nothing happens. Fat people and Samoans
who got kidnapped?
not cared about. What?
Who got kidnapped? Paul Bearer?
Paul Bearer.
Kane cares.
Hey, Dean Radford got kidnapped once too.
Really, Wait, Dean Radford got kidnapped?
Dean Radford, no!
He kind of qualifies as one or the other, right?
He's large. I wouldn't say he's fat.
I was talking about Samoan.
Okay, my bad.
Samoans live on
Clearly,
islands. They
clearly
clearly don't
Samoan.
count to law. Sorry, I won't.
Yeah, you can
make you.
What's that, Mike?
Sorg, Kane clearly cares that his father was kidnapped.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
and I mean, Teddy Long would care, but Paul Bearer is kind of a prick. You have to remember, Paul Bearer and Kane orchestrated the demise of The Undertaker.
Yeah.
That's lost revenue for Teddy Long's show.
What the hell? It's a kidnapping! That's like a what the hell is that? Help me out.
That's a big deal.
Felony.
It's a felony. It's a felony! That's jail time!
You know what else is a felony?
You want to go to jail?
You know what else is a felony, Sorgatron?
What's a felony?
When you bring my opponent onto the show to surprise me.
Sorg. Kane has attacked people with car batteries to testicles. Kane physically, along with the help of 7 other guys, buried someone alive. That's at least aggravated assault.
Yeah, but
I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty
it's not a felony.
sure that
It's not a felony.
that Teddy Long is Judge Dredd, and he says, "I am the law," and he makes sure none of it really goes down.
When Kane attacked Shane McMahon and electrocuted his testicles, that was assault with a battery.
That was assault and battery.
That was assault with a battery because he shot his testicles.
Wow. Ladies
I
and
just got an
gentlemen.
awesome message from CM Punk saying I might wear a tux on one day. Or a kimono.
Nice.
I
That
hope
wacky
it's like
spirit, young man.
Ladies and gentlemen, if I can be serious for a minute, thank you very much for watching the Wrestling Mayhem show and making it this far. I want to thank my guest this week. Guest host? I don't know. What are you?
Awesome people.
What are you anymore?
Oh,
to us?
Missy is a host. David Dimera is clearly a guest.
You know what I am, Sorg?
What are
Why are you sitting so close now?
I don't know what's going on.
Do you know what I am, Sorg?
What are you?
Which camera am I on?
I don't know. Which one do you want to be on?
I don't know. You never clarified this in the
I'm just
setup.
going to go back and forth.
No, because see, now I gotta look at this one and then look at that one. And then look at this one, and the camera hasn't even caught up to what I'm doing.
Yeah.
I'm still scratching my ankle down there. Now we're looking at them. Hold on, now this is ridiculous.
Look at your camera. Now back at me. Now back at your camera. Now back at me. This is the camera your man should be on.
You know what I am?
It's so behind.
What are you?
I'm better than you.
Boom!
I said it. Tough acting to acting.
That's debatable.
Athletes.
That was loud.
Did I spike on the little spiky thing when I went?
I don't know. I'll check that later. It gets smoothed over. Post editing.
I was totally expecting you to say I'm
Either
Batman.
way, thank you for being my first experiment for two cam setup on a host or on a guest host. Anyways, guys, please check us out. WrestlingMayhemShow.com, Mayhem Show on Twitter. You can send
Download
emails.
the app.
You can send emails to
Good times.
at WrestlingMayhemShow.com. Please, 412-206-WMS0. You can get all that stuff at your fingertips on the iPhone app. $1.99 in the iTunes store. Please go check it out. Support the Mayhem Show. Please go check out the links if you want to get books and hate words at audible.podcast.com/Sorgatron Media. Check out everything going out at sorgatronmedia.com. I got stuff going on at sorgatron.com. What are you guys doing? On the couch. What are you guys doing lately?
Audible.com. Remember when I read Orton Hears a Who?
Yes, I remember this.
Or when
I think that was the last time you were on.
When that fella who I murdered and stole his memory.
You stole his memory now too?
Yeah.
I didn't know that part.
There can only be one! But no,
that looks like me.
But you didn't show it up on here. You haven't showed up the Dimera deal, dude.
He's right.
The big reveal happens now. Dun, dun, dun.
So this is only the people that made it this far in the show.
There you go. And the others who might. Look, I'm as blonde as she is.
I don't think it's
It
not on
hasn't
my
caught up
video
yet.
yet.
There you go.
Have they seen it yet?
I think in a moment.
I don't know.
Watch the chat room blow up. All right, guys. So you got nothing going on. IWCWrestling.com.
I really don't. Not online.
Find out. Yeah, you're not even on Twitter anymore.
I hardly exist.
Fail.
It's that damn real world.
Dave Dimera. He has a Twitter.
I do. It's David
Dimera.
And that is DAVIDDIMERA.
IWCWrestling.com to find out when your next matches are coming up. And
actually, the next show is January 29th at Core Time Sports Center. It is AD
after
DeMarco. So we shall see how
fantastic.
IWC fares after one of its greatest champions has been forced to leave.
Oh my God! Did you get to watch any of that match?
Yes.
What did you think of it?
Crazy.
The stuff thrown into the ring was astonishing.
Yes, that was ridiculous. There was a cup of something.
There
was a cup of something. And then there was a dildo with a pink...
Was it a cup of pump juice?
I feel so bad for accidentally... I had to adjust my camera. It's apparently on me, and I think at the end of the DVD, you just see the camera drop from a sad Chuck Roberts to a dildo.
Do you see...
I'm sorry for that one. That was an accident.
How is the Jimmy DeMarco ass shot?
Ass shot?
And is it on the end? Or did you cut before that?
I don't remember.
He mooned everyone.
Oh, yeah, I did try to get that. I mean, for posterity.
Right. Right. I helped you, Sorg. Do you remember when I helped you?
You helped me?
Yes.
I can't remember.
With
So
your
much
cord.
happened. Oh, is that when I almost died on the chairs?
Yes.
Because I did not think
First, I was going to catch you if you were going to fall. And then I was holding your cord for you.
Yes, thank you. I was having so much trouble with people helping with my cord. I thought I was going to die because I was on those chairs, and they're not very sturdy.
No.
And I'm a large gentleman. Yes.
Hey, Sorg, I know from first-hand experience the chairs at Core Time are not very sturdy.
Well, they were the wooden ones. And yeah, the plastic ones I've seen people just sitting in and break. So,
Sorg, I've done that. I've broken one of those chairs.
You did. Guys, we gotta get out of here. Mad Mike 4883, WrestleFan 2000 on Twitter, DJLunchbox on Twitter. Anything else going on with you guys?
Life.
Nope.
No, nothing else.
Not
Funny
yet.
hand and all. All right.
Yeah.
Thank you guys. Thank you, everybody. We'll see you guys next week, where we have no guests lined up that I can think of. But the week after that, what?
I will not be here.
No, because you got so much to do. So much
No,
to
'cause
do.
he's mad at you.
You're a jackwagon.
I'm a jackwagon.
Say
We
Mayhem
should get
Time.
Tyler Stone on again just to spite David Dimera.
In 2 weeks, we're going to have Kevin Kelly of Ring of Honor on before that pay-per-view. So stay tuned for that. And stay tuned to WrestlingMayhemShow.com.
He has a name so nice you almost say it twice.
WrestlingMayhemShow.com.
Go.
Stay classy.
IWCWrestling.com.
Wrestling Mayhem
Get
Show.
the Winner Takes All DVD.
Stay classy. Mayhem Show. Stay classy.
That means I want you to go ahead and do an outro.
Oh.
Stay classy.
Boom! Chop, chop, boom!
All right, we'll see you guys next week, whatever.
Time for the
All
main
hail
show.
King Sheamus.
Ah, Sheamus. I hope he beats people with the giant yellow popsicle stick.
Thank you for listening to the Wrestling Mayhem Show.
Please subscribe to our iTunes streams and blog at WrestlingMayhemShow.com.
Email us at goodtimes@wrestlingmayhemshow.com or call us with any comments at 412-206-WMS0. We love to hear from our fans, and who knows, maybe you'll make it onto the show.
The Wrestling Mayhem Show was recorded live in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, in front of a live internet audience, and is a production of Sorgatron Media.
You can be part of the show as we record live every Tuesday at 8 p.m. Eastern on TalkShoe.com and Ustream.tv.